Can we just take a moment to look at how good the concept art is for Battlefield? So if you didn't know, today we got another community update for Battlefield Labs. So over the past little while, they have been going on and basically using leaks as a way of getting us information. People would play the game, it would leak, we would see a bunch of information about the new game or what is updated in it or what they are trying. Now, today is different because this is straight from the mouth of Battlefield and Battlefield Labs, specifically looking at destruction. And we do have a video that we have to look at that's about 15 to 20 seconds long of actual gameplay from the game. But first, let's look at the statement that they put out on Twitter in an article here. It says, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We are back with another community update focused on destruction and a summary of initial learnings from previous Battlefield Labs play sessions. Let's start with a preview of how we are designing and testing destruction for the future. Our design philosophy for destruction. Our goal for destruction are centered around adding further gameplay depth by allowing you to reshape the environment and transform your surroundings towards a tactical advantage. For example, barging through walls to surprise your enemies, reshaping the battlefield to create new paths into capture zones, or taking down a building to take out an attacking squad. The game that I think that does this the best is not Battlefield. I think it is the Finals. And the reason why I think Finals is better, it's a very similar system to what Battlefield has, but the thing that I think the Finals does better is their objectives are like this little crate that you have to like put these little boxes into. Now, if you blow up the floor underneath them, it drops down a level. Or if you blow up the wall behind it, you can access it. Because you're accessing a specific like vault, say it that way, it makes it so that those destructions are more important. I think it's more of a game mode thing because the similarities between the Battlefield 1 and the Finals 1 are very, very similar. Now, we're designing destruction around easily identifiable visual and audio language that lets you understand what can be destroyed, altered, or transformed through gameplay. We aim to make destruction an integral part of Battlefield experience to create intuitive, fun, and rewarding environment where you feel empowered to shape the world around you. So, destruction and gameplay. Let's take walls for an example of the new destruction language. Once a wall takes enough damage from an explosion, smaller impacts such as bullets will also contribute to its destruction, allowing you to shoot your way through the wall. Okay, so instead of just blowing it up, you can actually shoot your way. Audio VFX will help you not only see, but also hear whether your attacks are successful. So more tactile feedback in both audio and visual to know what you are doing here. Different surfaces types also visually degrade before breaking down through persistent surface damage. Buildings, apple core as... What the heck does that mean? Buildings apple core as they start to break down. I'm not sure what that means. Leaving their core. Oh, I see. So you can see the core as destroyed parts creates rubble and debris underground around it. So in other words, showing you that you're doing damage to it. New mechanics allow you to create more destruction related opportunities during gameplay, as well as being able to influence your surroundings through the use of different weapons or vehicle types. For example, rubble caused by destruction now remains on the battlefield, allows you to create a new opportunities or cover protection. So this is what's new, and this is what the Finals did. So if you actually have a look at this video, it will show you exactly if the freaking quality would be a little bit better. Jesus. If not, I can get I'm gonna get a better video of this. 1 second. I don't know why that quality went so poor so fast. If you actually just go to this one right here will do just fine. Okay, so the quality still isn't the best, but this should do. So you shoot it. This is what was actually in the trailer. You can see the rubble. Why does it go so crappy all of a sudden? That's really weird. It's actually the video that does that. Okay, then it gets better. That's really, really strange. That's probably just Twitter messing things up. Okay, but as you can see, the rubble all falls towards the ground. And then the rubble that just fell makes it so that you can climb up through the front. Clearly, all of these textures inside are not complete. It says work in progress. And then you come out the back side. So let's just have a look at that once again. He shoots it, blows it up, boom, pulls out his weapon, and then starts running. As it's all destroyed, the rubble falls down in the front. He works his way inside the building, and you have another entrance to the building. That's exactly what they're talking about there. And that's what the finals does, right? Like if you blow up the floor underneath your objective, you'll have like a big pile of rubble where the objective will be sitting on, or maybe it will fall underneath rubble that you blow up on top of it, therefore making it more difficult for your enemies to get in there. Now, let's go back to the article. Above is an early pre-alpha example that showcases the ability to destroy a wall quickly, traverse through the building, and reach the other side without its tactical impact. You would have to either run around the blocks or navigate through the staircase to get to the other side. Be careful in how you use destruction to your advantage, as one advantage to you would also be an advantage to your enemy, and this exposed flooring could now be used as a counter to this new route. Feedback and validation. Insights we're gathering range from everything between destruction as a tactical element to you as a player being able to differentiate between non-destructible and destructible environments. So this is traditionally a thing in Battlefield that you would just have to learn through play. Like that you would have to learn through how you play, playing over and over again and just learning that and having it in your memory. At this stage of testing with new Battlefield labs, our main focus points are understanding which environments can or cannot be destroyed and which type of firepower is required for different material types. The impact of collateral damage from debris and destructible elements. So in other words, if you blow up a floor underneath someone or above someone, if it falls on them, is it going to kill them? Tactical use of destruction to create new pathing and persistent environments. I think that's probably the thing that I like the most. Balancing the ecosystem of damage through firepower and destruction. Our learnings so far. Our goals for Battlefield initial labs play sessions were to test server performance, gunplay, and movement, and for participants to get an initial understanding of what's next for Battlefield. Participants have now played through multiple sessions and offered up thousands of pieces of feedback. As we start testing other topics such as destruction, we wanted to share some of our initial learnings and next steps coming out of those play sessions. So in other words, the next thing that they're testing is destruction. The first two things that they tested were gunplay, movement, as well as server testing. We encountered some initial issues with server stability and performance, which provided valuable data for us to adjust their configurations. We're already seeing that follow-up play sessions offered a smoother gameplay experience for participants, and that we are on the right track to start scaling further testing with more participants in the future. So their servers are stable now that they've figured that out. They're going to add more people in and once again test their servers that way. If you are interested in learning more about our design philosophy and goals of gunplay and movement, we've learned that while gunplay feels in a good spot, there's further balancing to be done to the different weapon archetypes and their damage values. Feedback on movement suggests that we need to continue iterating on finding the right balance in speed, namely for functionality like crouch sprint, combat rolling, vaulting, and more. Be sure to check out a previous community update. We've talked about that one before. Lastly, as we move our focus back to destructions, we have seen feedback around the balancing of destructible objects across the map and the fine-tuning of damage levels of surfaces. Destruction will be an ongoing topic with play sessions, and we will continue these and other areas of destruction throughout upcoming play sessions. So basic takeaways from that are, number one, they are working on a way for us to see how we are damaging things, whether they're actually making an impact and what type of surfaces we can damage. And basically the way that they want us to learn that is you throw a grenade at a surface, okay, nade goes off, it apple cores as they call it, we know we can damage that surface. I can shoot through it, I can throw explosives at it, we know that. So that's the destruction thing, and that's what's going to be play tested moving forward. Then they'll probably be play testing how easily you can destroy things, how much rubble does, how much rubble damage does, things along those lines. As far as weapons, they say that they need to fine tune the classes of weapons more. So certain weapons like LMGs may do more damage than ARs, and ARs do more than SMGs, and SMGs do faster fire rate. They need to balance that a little bit more. That's pretty much every shooter game that ever comes out. And then movement, I think that they are saying that the movement was too fast in the early playtests, so they're trying to slow it down. I think that's what they're saying there, but I might be extrapolating a little bit too much. So this is the most recent update. It seems like they're often giving updates on Fridays. So we'll stay tuned. Assumably, we'll probably have more leaks of new maps, more destruction, things like that in the coming weeks. But this was our first statement actually from Battlefield. So that's why I decided to make a video here. It's a little bit bigger of one, if you will. So that's what we know for now. Let me know what you're thinking of Battlefield. And the one thing, the final thing I'll leave you off with is I really do think that this should be a map. Like look at the background here. Look at how good that build, like that. Make it a map. That looks dope. That looks really, really dope.